All right, happy Pretend Sunday. I did make a video last week when I did my weekly offerings to Zhao Gongming. And the truth is that I really couldn't think of a good story that would be appropriate to use for it, because not all stories are, right? So we have the weekly thing that needs to be done again. Obviously, the ingots have been laid out, and it has occurred to me that I'm doing Sunday twice with these ingots. But I know that when I offer extra in this way, like in this case, 3, 1 or 2 are going to be, usually 1 is going to be for Zhao Gongming, and the other 1 or 2 is for me. And I know I showed this in some of the videos that I do. The thing here is my collection for fortune, if you will, for at least Zhao Gongming. So now, if you steal from it, I would encourage you not to do that. But there you go. So what are we going to do today? Well, first we're going to say thank you, Zhao Gongming. Thank you. I have your offerings prepared. Now, this week you did ask, my Lord, that I fold your specific pieces of ancestor money into ingots, which I did. More than willing to do that. So, thank you, Zhao Gongming, for the fortune that you have put upon me and my family for that past week, and I ask that it may continue for the next. And I could do this on a monthly thing, but I just don't feel drawn to, so I'm going to use the weekly thing and then use it for updates, relays, things like that. So no juicy stories today. But there is an update of sorts for some of the workings that I have done. Like for the Dark Gate ritual testing, for example. First, hail Zhao Gongming. Here, just let me do his stuff first. That makes more sense to me. Hail Zhao Gongming. Thank you. He's indicating that I can continue, but me being me, I'm going to burn his stuff here, and then I will continue. This pot has a tendency to get like really freaking hot, so let me go ahead and turn up this fan so I can get some of these exhaust fumes out of here. Oof. Okay. Hail Zhao Gongming. Thank you. Alright, hail Zhao Gongming. At this point, I have given him his offerings, and now I will commence with the updates. I almost said story, but alright, so I know I did some update. I did that video about the testing of the Dark Gate, where traits are sucked into that vortex. It's a minimalization. It's not heavy, it's light. Not so light that it's imperceptible, but to most people, it's going to be imperceptible. So what has come from that, and that has actually been quite successful. I've been really pleased. I didn't feel like I should make an entire video just to say, hey, I'm really pleased. But the problem behavior for this was just excessive talking, like at an obnoxious level. Not like a friendly conversation that lasts like 5 minutes or so, but usually they would last 10, 20, 30 minutes. And they would happen several times a day, and the key ingredient is that they were disruptive. So when I went ahead and did that, and while I've noticed, actually, because it's been a couple weeks, I've noticed on that first week that the main protagonist that I thought of, there were several other smaller protagonists, but the main one that I thought of had, here, excuse me, let me open up another air thing here. All right, with the flame this high, you know I recently just refilled the tiki torch, tabletop tiki torch. I bought these in Hawaii and they're still working. So, all right, back to the story. So we did have a main person that was exceptionally loud, right? And we had several, but I knew one was going, and they did, and they quieted the hell down. Because I usually, if I have to get up from my desk, it's either because somebody else is having a problem or I'm having a problem, and that therefore is a problem, right? I manage a team of 5. It's very intense work, and their work is less intense. So it's actually worked really well, and it's worked in a way that I didn't expect. I wasn't expecting some kind of, I mean, the gate itself is not a big vacuum, right? It's not just going to suck it away like a vortex or anything like that. It's more like your air ducts when it's pulling air for the furnace, right? You don't really hear it. You don't really see it. It happens. It happens more forcefully at work, as you can say, all the way around, but it's been working out really well, actually. Several of the, there was one main one, but I had already partially tamed some of the others, and they were starting to flare up again. And by tamed, I don't mean wrecked them or something like that. My intent was to I mean, if they want to have conversations like that are like long and loud, I don't care, but just take it out the hallway, take it to a conference rooms, which are usually empty, or just go on a walk, because you get paid the same. So that was working. Now I've noticed there are some, not the Dark Gate, but the other one. There is some recognition on a spiritual level that I wasn't having any of that. And so there's, depending on the week, there's some love-hate going on with me. I mean, that's fine, but I'm not really the problem. And unlike, I mean, it's really easy to get all emo, Dark Lord, whatever nonsense. Fucking, it must be the baddest, whatever. And when you're working at a goddamn burger stand or something like that, right? But when you're working and have to have interactions and you are dependent upon each other, you need more finesse than, oh yeah, I'm the goddamn Dark Lord, bow to me. That is kind of typical with some of the left-hand pass stuff where they rely more on, teenage fucking emotion than actual magic. So, and by actual magic, I mean the way magic actually works, not this emotional, if you think you're a Dark Lord Sith, you're probably a fucking idiot, right? That's just what I'm telling you. So, I don't care what the Dark Lord Sith wannabe teenagers want to do. What I do care about is maintaining the relations that I must have, because they might be dependent upon me, but how they go about that process affects me and affects my team. So, the Dark Gate stuff has been really working well. I've only noticed somebody was leaving, and so that spurred up some conversation, and but it's been working great ever since I did it. I was actually really surprised, and I thought for sure, there's going to be some blowback on that, and it really hasn't. It's just, if there wasn't that special event of somebody leaving, then I don't think it would have really spurred back up. And if it does, then I guess you could say I know exactly what I have to do, because I've done it before. And I'll do it again. But the difference is that these weren't really, yes, they are coercive, but they aren't quite coercive in the same way as I'm going to fucking bind you and blah, blah, blah. Because, quite frankly, bindings are hit or miss, right? And they're easy to do when you have a nice, soft target that doesn't know fuck all about what you're doing, right? But if you actually have intelligent people with wills of their own, not just NPCs, but actual wills of some sort, then it makes it a little bit harder. So here we go. I guess we're done with this. We relayed that about the Dark Gate. Yeah, I guess that's okay. That seems to be enough. Have a good week.